Hey everyone, my name is Steven Return Johnson and I am down here at the Bloody headquarters in Chino, California, getting ready for the big season. I recently moved here from Atlanta, Georgia, and I'm just getting settled in and really excited for what's coming up in the next few months.
Like that, just a few more hits of the Nexus is gonna be enough, and Radiant are your inaugural Big League champions!
What a display of power! Especially name is Eric Desirux Beltran, my co-caster right here, the legendary Steven Return Johnson. And how are you doing today?
Who is Steven Return Johnson?
Steve Return Johnson is an amateur shoutcaster who's been up and coming for a few years. I used to go and play in some of the open qualifier events. I used to be a player. Started shoutcasting, started with custom games, made my way through Upsurge. Growing up as a kid, I'd always be around the computer. Remember the Scholastic fairs coming to town, it would be immediately to the video game rack with Roller Coaster Tycoon, Zoo Tycoon, Ace Combat 4, or big titles. I never really got into competitive multiplayer until like League of Legends, but I just love being around competition. It's what makes me want to be a caster, it's what makes me want to go to events, and what's quite frankly made me really excited for this season of Big.
Such an intense fight. I actually lost my headset there for a bit, but as we come back, Radiant, right now we have...
The moment that got me into shoutcasting, it was a very specific moment. It was Season 2 of the League of Legends World Championships. It was Taipei Assassins upsetting Azubu Frost in the Grand Finals at the Staples Center. And in that moment, when the confetti goes off, when all the players are celebrating, when the casters are going crazy, I always knew that I wanted to be on that stage one day. Didn't know whether it was going to be as a player, as a coach, or someone like that, or even as a caster, but it's been a journey ever since.
The Taipei Assassins!
What are some of your goals and passions driving you now?
My goals and passions. Competition, I think, it is still the number one of everything. I love when there's something on the line. I love when there's, that sort of adrenaline rush. Even when I do casting, when I know that it's an intense match, like there'll be that extra kick, that extra excitement that gets me through.
And just like that, just a few more hits of the Nexus is gonna be enough, and Radiant are your inaugural Big League champions!
But along with that, it's just casting, esports, trying to live a lot of my life right now. But just trying to surround myself with it, and that's what keeps me going every day.
What are your thoughts on the B.I.G league so far?
My thoughts on Big League. Well, as you might be able to see in my hat, I'm quite a fan. Kind of in the studio right now, but it's a very strange mix in amateur that we haven't seen in quite a long time. Especially Riot's been pushing with scouting grounds, trying to bring that back, that 5 players in a dream kind of mentality you had back during open qualifiers. I think that's exactly what Bloody's feeling right now, especially ever since like Challenger Series went out. There's been a big gap in who's running the league, how many players are in it, how many tournament organizers. But I've never really seen an org with the base level passion of some of these orgs, but also the resources, the expertise that Bloody definitely brings in. So I think it's definitely got some pretty high ceilings, and can't wait. I'd like to see Big League mostly keep the course right now, where we are giving that platform for not only the more experienced teams like your Radiants or Supernovas, all those big boys coming to play, and just keep growing. I mean, don't necessarily go to the point where you have just like every single person playing League of Legends. You shouldn't have Iron 4s potentially in this league, but it should keep growing to the point where if somebody wants to try their hand and really make a run at making it to competitive League of Legends, then you should definitely be able to do so.
How would you like to see the future of esports to look like?
Future of esports. Now that is a hot topic right now due to a few of the articles I've read, but I think, well, baseline, it's still growing. You have Overwatch League still able to charge 20 million plus per spot, so the money, the revenue is there, the interest is there. I think you're going to keep seeing the leagues grow as more and more people are realizing that it's okay to want to watch gamers. That's not just like the super nerds in their rooms, that it's everyday people that enjoy these leagues. I think eventually esports is going to have to become something a bit more unique. I think that, the quote unquote, the bubble of investment needs to turn into more sustainable source. But honestly, I think that with how many people love this already, how many people want to make it their lives, and how many people have already made it their lives, esports ain't going anywhere. If anything, it's only going to get bigger.
What is a particular experience you've had in this industry so far that's stuck with you?
Particular experience. If I had to choose my favorite or one that really stuck with me, it would be stepping onto the stage at DreamHack Montreal. So before that, I had only been a caster for a year. I literally started learning how to cast by going to custom games, finding a lobby that wouldn't kick me out and just putting it to my Twitch just so that I could get some exposure. But I remember walking onto that stage, and beforehand you're always in this blur of like, you're in the zone of prepping for the match. But there was one specific moment after a Baron fight where I kind of took a step, not quite out of my body, but I realized where I was, that all of a sudden I was casting in front of a live audience in one of the biggest events in North America. And it was just that feeling of like, a little bit of satisfaction, like of course I made it that far, but excitement, like knowing that surrounding me was just this giant group of people who were going nuts for the same game that I loved and that I worked in. And I think that's definitely a moment I think back to whenever I need a little bit of extra kick of enthusiasm to go do something, but I don't think I'll be feeling that one anytime soon.
Any advice for someone that's looking to get into your field?
So my field, especially I think this applies for all of esports, but especially as a shoutcaster, it's two main things. It's always looking for what you can improve on. If there's one thing that especially younger scene will give you, it is a bunch of feedback. Some of it's a little bit more negative than others, but somebody who has a strong chin, who's able to take criticism, take the positive away from it, and is able to just commit themselves to esports, is going to be the ones who succeed. But also knowing that there's others who have been there before you. Like, I probably wouldn't be where I am today if I didn't reach out and look for some guys. Like, over in the amateur scene, we had Mad Magical, Opal, Ender, who's even in the LAC now. But everyone in the scene is so passionate. Don't be afraid to ask for some advice, because you're going to find it. Thank you for having me. If you guys at home are looking to see how you can watch Big League, and myself, you can catch me, of course, on our Big League stream starting July 1st. Will be the beginning of Season 2. Who's going to make a Scouting Grounds? We'll have to see. But till then, guys, see you on the Rift. Hey everyone, my name is Steven Return Johnson, and I've already forgot the script. There we go. Hey everyone, my name is Steven Return Johnson, and I've come down here to the Bloody Studios here in Chino, California. I said here twice. Hey everyone, my name is Steven Return Johnson, and I'm here at the Bloody Studios. Okay. You see...